Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom here from sportsreview.com. William Hill's in-play radio host Lee Phelps joins us now to give us his predictions for Premier League's straight forecast bet. Now, we've got some good odds here for this bet, but you have to, of course, choose first and second place in order. Last year saw Chelsea claim first place, followed by Man City in second. No surprise, that order is the favourite bet. 5.5 there, William Hill. What's the chance of that happening again next season?
Well, I mean, obviously, Man City have been a very consistent team over the recent years, haven't they? They've won the Premier League title on 2 occasions, so you can't discount them. Although I'm going to in a moment. I mean, I've actually picked that the last, the season before last, and then this season I've picked the straight forecast right. So it's one of the few bets that I've got right before the start of the season. I don't think it's that difficult though. I mean, maybe this season it's probably the most difficult it's been in the last 3 or 4 because you have got teams who are improving year on year. But I'm pretty confident. Again, I think you've got to look at the points totals that teams got, where they can make improvements, if any. Have they got any kind of? Will there be a decrease in their performance? How consistent have they been over the previous seasons as well? So I think this is one that you can really get your teeth stuck into with a bit of research.
Mm-hmm. All right, and who do you see winning the Premier League next season?
I'm going with Chelsea again, actually. I mean, there is a slight worry in that they haven't really strengthened. They haven't really signed anyone of yet. But you never know. I mean, Mourinho keeps his cards close to his chest. I would like them to sign another striker, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure that Loic Remy has got, that much. I just don't quite see him as being a Chelsea striker. He may well prove me wrong, obviously, and he may turn into a fantastic striker. So you've always got that little bit of a worry about Diego Costa and whether he can last a full season. If he does last a full season, then I think they win the title. I think he's a superb striker. They've got fabulous players throughout their team. John Terry probably got another season left in him, but they've got other great players coming through. So I would go with them. They're the most valuable squad in the Premier League anyway. I think you can count on their home form as well, Natalie. Didn't lose a single game at home last season. And, Mourinho, he lost 1 Premier League game in his entire history as manager at Chelsea. Fabulous record. They lost 3 games away from home last season. And the other thing is that Mourinho's excellent against the other big clubs. He seldom loses games against the Arsenals and the Man Cities and the Man Uniteds. He might set up for a draw. He might take a draw against them, and they beat the easier teams, and they're consistent. So Chelsea win for me. All
right, and who comes in second place?
Well, I kind of did it by a process of elimination, really. I looked at City first, and I thought, well, they bought Sterling, great, and he scored on his debut on that friendly, fantastic. They bought Delph. Not really sure if that's anything better than they've already got. I think they need a new manager, personally. I think we saw signs last year that the Man City players were kind of almost... You get to a stage where players can get tired of the manager. The same things are happening. And I don't think he was inspiring them enough last season. And I also think that the Champions League will be more important to them again this season. And I think it'll cost them in the end. You look at their form last year. They lost 7 games. I can see them losing 7 again. Maybe even 8. So that means there would be room there for someone to leapfrog them. I then looked at Arsenal. Czech's a great signing in goal. We need that kind of captaincy, that kind of experience at the back there, which could earn them a few more points. They lost 7 as well. I could see them losing the same, maybe 6, but I could still lose. They still go through these dodgy spells. And then you come to Manchester United, who are the only other contenders for me. Schneiderlin's been brought in. Schweinsteiger's been brought in. You look at Darmian's been brought in, Depay as well, who I think is going to be a real hit in the Premier League. They've made 4 really good signings already. They could make more yet, especially if Angel Di Maria goes to PSG. They'll have a lot of money in the bank there. They lost 3 at home last season and lost 5 away. That's 24 points that they could gain on. I'm not saying they'll gain 24, but I don't think they'll lose 3 games at home this season. So there's 9 points straight away. Let's say they draw one of them. That's 7 points that they could gain on their rivals. They're only 9 points off second spot last season. They also drew 10, which is more than any of the other top 4. I think Man United have got more points to gain this season than the other teams, i.e. City and Arsenal, have. So I'm going Chelsea and Manchester United first and second.
Okay, wonderful. And that's actually very nice odds there. That's 9 with William Hill. So not a bad bet at all.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good price. I mean, I was quite surprised to see it at that price, really. I mean, I think 8-1's fair. I mean, you've got Chelsea, Arsenal before that. I mean, I see Man United doing better than Arsenal this season. I mean, Arsenal are great. They consistently get in the top 4, but they've got Cech, who's improves them from last season. it's not so much, that a goalkeeper will be great for them, a good goalkeeper, but it's that kind of middle of the pitch where I think they need to improve. They could do still, obviously, before the end of the transfer window. So I think, and Man City, Chelsea is the second favourite. I don't see Manchester City winning the league. Honestly, I mean, they're a fabulous team. I love a lot of the players, but I think the defence is where they had problems last year. So, yeah, it's good. I think I was really pleased with the price, actually, at 9.08 to 1.
Yeah. Okay, so Chelsea, Manchester United, Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us.
No problem.